Hi, McArthur. How are you today? Oh, I don't hear you. Give me 1 second. Let's try that again. Just checking a
Can you hear
couple.
me now?
Yes, I do. Perfect. You got it. Alrighty. So, how are you? Tell me what you've been working on since I saw you last. If you have any thoughts on what you'd like to focus on in our session today.
Oh, so I just been kind of like going over the two brothers scripts,
Yeah.
and going
Okay.
over some of the like monologues that we had with like holding
Right.
emotions and stuff like that. So I've been going over that stuff.
Nice. Good. Okay. So, what were some of the things that maybe you noticed working well? Some of the things that maybe were a bit of a challenge or that you were trying to improve on?
Essentially, like what I felt like was working well was like I get like kind of like reading into the like scenery more. I like just kind of
Yeah.
like being like, okay, this is how they feel here, this is how
Sure.
they feel there, this is what I'm aiming for here.
Nice.
So like just like finding those spots right there. I would say
Yeah.
like the hardest part for me, uh, especially with the Luke and Jack script,
Yeah.
would be like finding like two voices that sound differently. I guess you would say.
Ah,
Like
okay.
with
Yeah.
like Max and Eli, it felt smoother or simpler, but for some reason with
Sure.
like Luke and Jack, that one's a little bit harder. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because they're just like older in age or like closer to age. So like
Yeah.
that one feels like, oh, that one feels a
So
little
the
harder.
distinctness of the different
Yeah,
characters was a little bit tricky.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, I would love to hear what you've done with those. Could I have you just maybe read through each of those?
You want both of them, the Luke, Jack, and the Eli and Max one, or just the
Yeah,
Luke and
yeah.
Jack?
Could I hear each of those?
Uh,
Yeah, you can
excuse me.
start with whichever one you want, and then just so I can hear a little bit of what you've done.
I'll go with Luke
Do you want to
and
maybe
Jack
start
first.
with the one that you feel a little bit like stronger with, and then we'll do the one that you feel like was a little bit harder, and that way we can take some time to work through it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, hear me out. What if we jump from the garage roof onto the trampoline? No, I haven't finished. You didn't need to. It's science. Height plus bounce equals epic. Height plus bounce equals mom grounding us until college. You're always like this. Think first. Be careful. Let's not break our spines today. You ever just want to do something before thinking ruins it? Thinking doesn't ruin it. Thinking keeps you alive long enough to do another thing tomorrow. You're boring. I'm intact. You used to be fun. I used to be 8 and believed band aids fixed everything. So what? I'm just supposed to not do anything cool ever? No. You're supposed to do cool things that don't involve the emergency room. What if I wore a helmet? From where? Bike, helmet, knee pads, 2 hoodies? That's not armor, Max. That's optimism. You're scared, yeah, of explaining to Dad why you're in a cast, and I'm the idiot who let it happen. You worry because you love me. Don't make this emotional. It weakens my argument. So, no trampoline jump? No trampoline jump. Fine. What about jumping off the trampoline onto the grass? How tall is the trampoline? See? Compromise.
Okay. Yeah, you know what was interesting? I definitely heard some lines that I didn't that didn't land before quite the same way. So yeah, so I definitely heard some improvement. I also really liked the back and forth. I felt like it sounded more like they're responding off of each other more,
Mm,
rather than just like focusing on like I'm just being the character and doing what I think they would do. A little more of that, like actually responding off of the other character, which makes it much more compelling. Very, very nice. I agree. Yeah, the characters have very distinctly different voices. Um, I'm curious how you chose those voices or how you created those voices. Did you um, have like a character inspiration for them?
Not necessarily. I felt more like it was like they just had like a very very big age gap in the sense of like Eli's are kind of like thinking about college and
Yeah,
Max isn't. And so I'm like, oh, Eli has to be like a high schooler, like 16, 17. And so like
yeah.
with like his voice, I wanted it to like
Hmm.
not fluctuate a lot, but like also him like kind of like make his voice deeper a little bit when he's serious because he's like, oh, this is like how men are supposed to sound like. So like he wants
Yeah.
like to make his voice deeper every now and then.
Right. But he
Um,
also was like, gone through stuff. But yeah, like that
yeah,
it's something that as he gets more serious, it drops.
yeah. So I wanted him to like, I wanted to like, try to fluctuate that to where like he has a
Hmm.
normal sounding voice, but then like when he gets serious, you kind of like hear it
Yeah.
drop down just a little bit. And then like with Max, I just had like just like a cartoony, feeling type, little brother, and like he just like
Yeah.
didn't care about anything. And so I was like, I feel like he would talk a little bit faster, and he would like try and like maybe like with the he's talking fast, he's like trying to get stuff past Eli, and like Eli is just kind of like slow talking, like wants to emphasize we cannot do this. Max is like, no, we can do this because this, and this. So
Yeah.
those that's just kind of like the way I came with it. It was just like
Sure.
cartoon, like Max just felt like a
Yeah.
more like Phineas and Ferb, like a Phineas and Ferb
Right.
type esque
Sure.
person. Uh,
Yeah, I also noticed when he got more excited, his voice would get a little bit more shrill. Like he'd escalate, so he'd get like faster, and there'd be like a sharper. Um, his voice would get a little bit higher pitched. It would
mm,
speed up. So that was kind of cool to hear too. Nice. Awesome. So I definitely heard a lot of good progress on that one. I can definitely hear the work that you put into it. Beautiful. It's a lot of fun to hear. And like I said before, I'm hearing certain lines landing very differently, or different things stood out to me. So I definitely felt like the really essential, important, key informational things were coming out more. It's very humorous, but also the serious points are still serious, which
mm,
I really like.
sweet. Let's go.
Yeah. So I think that I personally think comedy is the most funny when you have that like seriousness to it as well.
Yeah, I feel you.
And when you have like the serious character and the silly character, that contrast works really beautifully. So, yeah, nice. Awesome. Love it. I'd love to hear the other one as well.
Gotcha. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You're good. Yeah, take a second, kind of prep, mentally, physically, kind of get yourself in the zone.
You don't have to look at me like that. Like what? Like you already decided I'm going to mess this up. I didn't decide anything. I've just seen the pattern. That's not fair. It's not unfair to notice things. You notice the wrong things. You only see the crash, never the jump. Because I'm the one who always has to clean up after the landing. I didn't ask you to. You never do. You just assume I will. I'm not a kid. I know. Then stop talking to me like I am. I'm not. I'm talking to you like someone who doesn't think past the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes is where life happens. 5 minutes is where mistakes happen. You're scared. Yeah, I am. Because when you fall hard. And you never look back to see who's running after you. Maybe I don't want someone running after me. Maybe I don't want to keep doing it either. So don't. You think it's that easy? No. But I think you like being needed more than you hate being tired. You're wrong. You always say that, and then you show up anyways. Just think before you jump this time. I will. You won't. No, but I'll try.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm curious, I do feel like I can tell very distinctly which character is which. So I'm curious because you said that was really challenging. How did you approach that? How did you land on these sounds? What was your process with that?
So like for me, the way at least I was like trying to see them like character wise is have you ever seen the movie Baby Boy with Tyrese Gibson?
I think I did, but it's been a while. Um,
It's,
it sounds really
yeah,
really
it's pretty.
familiar. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just looked it up. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like for Luke, I kind of went with like his character and then the character from Biker Boys,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
those two characters I
Got it.
always felt like they had people around them that cared, but they were just very like, I don't care what you think. I'm gonna do whatever I kind of want to do. I'm gonna go after the crown. If I want to go after the crown, I'm gonna sit here and chill. If I want
Yeah.
to sit here and chill, it's like, and like with their voices, it always never felt serious, if that makes
Mhm.
sense, until they needed to be serious. So like
Got
with
it.
them, it's just like those were like the characters I felt like Luke would be. Is like, oh, he just
Sure.
like lived life until he needed to be serious. And so like I
Yeah.
felt like with those voices, I try to like mimic those when they were like younger and stuff like that. And like it never really felt like with when I was like Luke's character, like I should ever have like a serious dark tone, very low, to be more like lively and upbeat and
Yeah.
like quick with it. And so that's just kind of where I
Mhm.
came up with his. And like Jack kind of felt like the other side of the pillow. Like he's very like methodic. He's very thinking wise. He's trying to see the blueprints before he builds something, measure stuff out.
Mhm.
So I wanted his to like be slow, but every now and then have like when like certain lines come up, he'd be very like, yeah, like how Luke says I'm not a kid. And he's like, yeah, I know that. In a sense of like it would be like lines like that where it's like you see like, oh, he's like maybe only 4 years, 2 3 years older than he is. It's not a big age difference.
Right. Yeah, he's not like his dad or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, so one of the things that was different this time that I really liked is how you were saying, um, um, with the character that's more like silly and light and, um, like doesn't take things seriously, there are still moments where that seriousness comes through. And I really liked that. Um, and then, for the other character, it's like vice versa, where that character is for the most part a lot more serious. But then there are moments where he like, can be like eye roll, like chuckle a little bit, or like, goofing a little bit. So yeah, I feel like I liked that they didn't feel so like two dimensional, like this is their character, but they have a little more dimension to them.
Mm,
Um, I would love to hear a little more of what we had with the last script, where it's a little more responding off. Um,
okay.
so let's think of it this way. So let's approach it like there's a character who's already like in the scene there, and then one who's coming into the scene. So who has the very first line?
Luke does.
Okay. And so let's have him be coming into the scene. and trying to get something from the other character. So what does he need or want in this moment? Why is he coming in trying to get something? And what is he trying to get? And why does he need it?
So I would definitely say like what he wants or is trying to get from Jack. Or yeah, Jack. Cause like I feel like it definitely ends with like him just kind of wanting like I guess like respect from Jack, or in the sense of like
Okay.
letting Jack
There we go.
wanting to let him live with it. Yeah.
Yeah, so what could have caused him to feel like he doesn't have that respect and then to need to come and get that? Like, what could have happened right before this scene?
Oh, definitely feel like I don't want to say it was anything like bad, but probably something just stupid. So like
Okay.
it would necessarily be like just like going back on like character like that I would like see like maybe it's like him going to like a drag like not like a illegal like drag racing show, or like he entered like an illegal drag racing for
Sure.
like bikes or cars or whichever it would be. But I just feel like it would be something like illegal, like not murderizing somebody or like a
Right.
drive by, but
Yeah,
like
like the, yeah, he's
definitely
like
like
been,
yeah,
racing around an
right,
interstate
yeah,
loop around Atlanta. What is it
yeah,
like eight uh whatever that loop is.
like that's definitely like I could see him doing something like that coming in, and then like Jack is just like he comes in for like the keys or the car or something like
Yeah.
that, and Jack is just already staring at him like, "Oh my goodness, this no."
Like, you idiot, and you're gonna
Yeah,
destroy our car. You might get
yeah,
caught. You could go to jail. Like, this is such a dumb, goofy thing to like risk so much on. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So then tell me, so for the character that is already there, like, so we have a character coming in trying to get something. For the character who's already there, let's give him something else that he's like focusing on and working towards right now so that he has like a distraction or a different goal right now. Um, so what could he be doing in this space? Like, what is
That's
he in
hard.
the midst of? Let's give him a story so that there's like something else that's important for him to be doing right now. But then, like, there's a new fire in the room that he has to like deal with, which is
Right.
this other person coming in. Um, so let's give him something else that like he's in the midst of. So, like, is he working on a project, or like what could be something that he's already like doing in this space?
Right. So like the thing
Because
that
most people would
comes,
be in the middle of something, if
yeah.
somebody comes in, right?
So the thing that like comes to mind is like, cause like the story I had for like Jake Kelly or Jack, I don't know why I keep calling him Jake, Jack, but story I had for him was essentially like he kind of just wants to get out of like the game, and like he wants to like actually nail down his job, whether that's just like become
Yeah.
manager or like he just wants to like nail down having like a job and like buying a house. So the reason why I came up with that is
Yeah.
because like his girl is like pregnant, or like he already
Oh,
has
yeah.
kids. So I guess like the thing I can see him doing like at kind of at night, since I don't think people do drag race at night.
Yeah.
It's like definitely like his baby started crying, or like something, or like one of his younger ones came and
Okay.
got him. It's like
He's
he's like,
taking care of a baby.
yeah.
All
So he's
right,
like
there we
has milk on
go.
the stove and stuff like that.
All right, so he's like heating up a bottle, taking care of a
Yeah.
baby, and then this happens, and he's like, "Whoa!" Like, okay. So see how this gives it a lot of different levels, and it's
Mm.
gonna change. It's gonna make it feel a little more authentic and add a little more higher stakes. So that's something you'll hear a lot is directors will say, "Raise the stakes." And
Mm.
so it makes everything a little bit more important. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, if I'm
yeah,
like trying to take care of a baby, I'm gonna be pretty like, dude,
yeah.
like, so Yeah. So yeah, I love it. So really good fleshing out the scene, figuring out, for each character what is important to them and what's going on. So let's try the script again with that fleshed out a little bit more and those higher stakes. And actually, for the character that is drag racing, um, maybe he like made a bet,
Mm,
and if he doesn't show up, it's like pretty drastic. Like he's gonna owe somebody a ton of money or something. So it's
mm,
like he's like, I have to show up.
all right.
Or it's like this was like a challenge from somebody, and he feels like he's totally gonna lose face if he doesn't show. Or it's
Mm,
like over a girl that he's had a crush on for like his whole life. Um, Give him something that makes it really important that he show up and do the race. What do you think would be a good thing that makes that have some weight and importance?
oh, sorry.
You're good.
Um, whew, oh my god. The one thing I can think of right now, like kind of having like some weight to it, is necessarily money
Mm.
and necessarily like his ego.
Ah, okay.
So I could definitely see like somebody one like putting up like 5 G's on it, and like so like he goes to like a loan and he wants 5 G's, but he's really going because I feel like him and his brother used to do this like together, and so like he like the person he's driving, I can see them being like, oh, you're nothing without like Jake, like you're always living his shadows. That's why they call you tail lights or something like that. And so like I can see like his ego being hurt because like now Jake doesn't want to drive, and so he's like, well, I have to essentially prove that like I'm as good or if not better than him, and like I can still win without him being here.
Yeah, good. So yeah, I like that aspect of like normally they've been a team in the past, and now he's feeling like he's losing his partner,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah, I feel you
That
on that.
would, that
Yeah.
would make him kind of sad too, that he's like, well, now I have to stand on my own 2 feet. I have to make my own choices. You're not showing up, you know? You kind of like abandoned me kind of a vibe.
Mm. I feel that. I feel that. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah, that adds another layer. Love it. All right, let's try it again.
that. You don't have to look at me like that. Like what? Like you already decided I'm going to mess this up. I didn't decide anything. I've just seen the pattern. That's not fair. It's not unfair to notice things. You notice the wrong things. You only see the crash, never the jump. Because I'm the one who has to clean up after the landing. I didn't ask you to. You never do. You just assume I will. I'm not a kid. I know. Then stop talking to me like I am. I'm not. I'm talking to you like someone who doesn't think past the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes is where life happens. 5 minutes is where mistakes happen. You're scared. Yeah, I am. Because when you fall hard and you never look back to see who's running after you. Maybe, maybe I don't want someone running after me. Maybe I don't want to keep doing it either. So don't. You think it's that easy? No. But I think you like being needed more than you hate being tired. You're wrong. You always say that. And then you show up anyway. Just think before you jump this time. I will. You won't. No, but I'll try.
Okay, nice. Yeah, yeah. Um, I was thinking one thing that we could maybe add a little bit of is for the characters like trying to take care of a baby. Maybe he's like a little more hushed and like
Mm,
urgency, but like with
yeah.
a hushed tone, and trying to be like, and then the other character can have a little more like escalated, heightened emotions, and him be like, okay, like keep your voice down a little bit more.
Mm,
Could be kind of a fun component to add to the layer. But I definitely heard um, more hurt, um, and like anger coming from our character who's a little more like carefree, which I really think worked beautifully. What did you think of that take?
I definitely like it. I was trying to go with Luke to have like a more emotional like up and down of like angry sadness,
Yeah.
especially after we were like there were teams and now he feels like Jack left him, so
Yeah.
now he's like,
I
oh,
like that a lot.
uh,
Yeah, I definitely heard that shining through. Um, so that really changed the scene for me. Um, I was thinking for our character who's like trying to get out of everything, maybe he's just tired. You know,
mm,
he's like, I am working so hard and you just keep trying to pull me back in. And he's just like, I care about you, but like, I can't. Like, I gotta take care of me.
I feel
What do
that.
you
I feel
think?
that. I like it. I like it. I
Yeah,
like
so
it.
just a little more like weary. Because it's hard, like reshaping your whole life and,
Yeah,
changing it like that. Um, so yeah.
I got you. I got you. We'll do. Okay. Okay. More hushed, more weary. You don't have to look at me like that. Like what? Like you already decided I'm going to mess this up. I didn't decide anything. I've just seen the pattern. That's not fair. It's not unfair to notice things. You notice the wrong things. You only see the crash, never the jump. Because I'm the one who has to clean up after the landing. I didn't ask you to. You never do. You just assume I will. I'm not a kid. I know. Then stop talking to me like I am. I'm not. I'm talking to you like someone who doesn't think past the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes is where life happens. 5 minutes is where mistakes happen. You're scared. Yeah, I am. Because when you fall hard and you never look back to see who's running after you. Maybe I don't want someone running after me. Maybe maybe I don't want to keep doing it either. So don't. You think it's that easy. No. But I think you like being needed more than you hate being tired. You're wrong. You always say that, and then you show up anyway. Just think before you jump this time. I will, you won't. No, but I'll try.
Yeah. I heard a lot more of that internal struggle, I think, a little bit this time of that like push and pull, feeling like being pushed and pulled in multiple directions,
Mm,
um, which I thought was really nice. And then, mm, like the love, I felt like I heard more of the love in the scene, which that's another comment directors will give you a lot is find the love in the scene,
mm,
which I think makes it a lot more vulnerable.
mm.
There's like a vulnerability that really hasn't been there in the scene before. That was really kind of beautiful. So, yeah, what did you think of that take?
Um, I definitely liked it. Like with Luke trying to keep. I do feel like I like focused on Jack a little more.
Yeah.
But definitely like with Luke and like having like the fluctuation of like the anger and the sadness, and then like having Jake, especially with him like because now I'm thinking like him having like the baby and like him just like shaking his arms
Yeah.
and stuff. So I feel like and I tried to like add that in somewhere, but like I liked having like the hushed tone, but then like you have Luke like kind of screaming in his like not in his face, but like at the door and like he's yelling at him, and like you have Jake like just in the kitchen and then like I know there's somewhere here to where it's like Luke steps closer, and so like even like having like that imagery in my mind, I feel like Jake like is still like speaking like softer, but like Luke is like in a sense louder, but also like softer because like he sees like his niece or nephew like in the room now
Right.
too. So I feel like mentally like or subconsciously like he like still cares. So like he wants to be angry, but he also is like I don't want to like wake up my niece or nephew. But then like with like Jake's line, some of them I wanted him to like scream, but then like reel it back in real quick because he understands like he
Mm.
has a baby in his hand, so he can't like get mad or like use his hands to like
Right.
point at somebody or anything like that. So he has to like stay very calm. It's like fighting that of like he wants to yell at his brother because he cares, but he can't yell at him right now because he's holding a baby. So he has to like make sure
Yeah.
his tone of voice and his carry comes off from like the hushness of his voice as well.
Yeah, that was something I noticed that you'd like start a line a little more intensely and then like abruptly like have a little shift to where you're like, wait, I need to like be a little more calm here.
Yeah.
Um, I liked that. I found that to be really compelling. Um, like a that I really liked that aspect. So you could definitely feel that tension of like trying to hold yourself back. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, I really loved it. I thought it was um, that it had so many layers to it and depth to it, and that vulnerability and the love shining through. I thought just really added a lot too. Yeah. So I'd
So
be up for moving on to another.
yeah,
Yeah. So did you have any thoughts on um, like new things you might like to work on for this session?
I wanted to do like a funny like out of the box character
Okay.
who like responds like so like it would be like a Sokka character that I was thinking of, but like so like he would have like the all these other characters and he's like just like it's like a response like he always is feels like he's responding to him like nobody's ever really watching him, but it's like
Sure.
a responding character of like oh yeah oh yeah so like he never starts the conversation but he sneaks his way into the conversation if that makes sense. So like, and I just felt like that character would be like very like funny and like mood shifting, but like his tone of voice would be different. But oh, like I was just like, I feel like I feel like I've never have practiced a funny character in a sense. I don't
Okay.
think
Yeah.
so.
Cool. Um, yeah. Let me see what I can find. It's kind of along those lines.
How was y'all's Valentine's?
Oh, it was good. Yeah. It was sweet.
Nice, nice.
We had so our first date we ever had. Um, we've been together like 4.5 years now total, um, and married like a year and a half now. But our first date ever, we had key lime pie. So we had some key lime pie, and
Mm,
we had like Italian food for dinner, and we watched a movie together and had, fancy chocolates. It was nice. It was good.
dope, dope.
Okay, so this scene actually has three characters, but I think it could be a good challenge. I feel like one of the characters. Oh, it's too long to paste in. I'm just gonna do like a document and paste it into, and I'll link it up just because
Yeah.
it's a little long. So, but yeah, I think this could be a good challenge as well, where, um, where you actually have three characters.
I will try my hardest.
Yeah. Um, let's see. All right. So let's do that. Yeah, so this will be like high school students, it seems like.
Okay.
I guess they could be like college age, but it seems a little more like they're in high school to me. Okay, so I'm gonna
Gotcha.
upload that to the chat. Sorry, I had to get that in a document for ya.
Understandable.
Alrighty, so then gonna go to your folder there. There it is. Okay. Alrighty, so that should come through the chat in just a moment. So it's 3 characters, which I think is a little bit, a little bit different. And we're gonna read through here. So let's see. Derek is a varsity soccer player, never fully invited into conversations, constantly inserting himself in tense mood swings on a dime. Maya, student council president, organized, trying to stay on topic. Ethan, chill, mildly confused, perpetually eating something. So after school in the hallway, Maya and Ethan are planning the fall fundraiser. All right. So let's have you be Derek for now, and I'll read Maya and Ethan for this first time through. We just need something simple this year. Last year's haunted corn maze was a liability nightmare. Yeah, the goat situation alone.
I once outran a goat.
Hi, Derek.
It was aggressive. You can see it in their eyes. They don't blink. That's a striker mindset.
We're not talking about goats.
Everything is about goats if you zoom out.
We're planning the fundraiser.
Say less. I thrive under fiscal pressure.
Fiscal.
Fiscal. Okay, so
Yeah.
totally said that wrong.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and say that line again.
Say less. I thrive under fiscal pressure.
You're not on student council.
Titles are a social construct. I'm more of a midfield consultant.
That's not a thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Undermined. In my own hallway? Incredible.
No one's undermining you.
Good, because I already made a logo.
For what?
For whatever we decide, it just says fundraiser. Bold, aggressive, forward-leaning font. Like me on a breakaway.
We haven't even picked a theme.
Theme is... sorry.
You're good.
Oh.
Go ahead and try that
wow.
line again.
Is that momentum?
Momentum, yes.
Yeah, I seen like 3 M's. It looked like I was like,
Oh yeah, you're like,
I swear that's
a
not
lot of
momentum.
M's, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I'm sorry. Theme is momentum. Life doesn't wait. You strike when the defense is hesitant.
This is a bake sale.
Then we bake with urgency.
It's cookies, man.
Cookies win wars, Ethan.
No, they don't.
Tell them to meow.
Okay, what are you even doing here?
I sense the planning meeting. My instincts are elite, predator level.
You play JV soccer.
That's a choice. I like to study the field, observe patterns, wait, then insert myself.
Yes, we've noticed.
You know, once wild, no one ever passes to me unless I call for it.
That's how soccer works.
Exactly. So I call for it. I'm open!
Please stop yelling.
See? Now I have the ball, metaphorically.
There is no ball.
There is always a ball.
Fine. What's your fundraiser idea?
Penalty kick booth.
With what goal?
Me.
You want people to pay to kick soccer balls at you.
For charity.
That's not safe.
Neither is love.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot lately.
About what?
Branding? Kick it for cause. Derek will emotionally recover.
Absolutely not.
Okay, pivot. Silent disco bake sale.
That's two unrelated things.
Exactly. Disorient the defense.
That's not.
Maya, when was the last time you surprised the world?
I filed the budget report 3 days early.
Ruthless. I respect it. I'm sorry. I was like reading through
Oh,
the
you're
whole
good.
thing.
Yeah.
Did not realize I was next.
Yes, there's like a shift.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're like, you gotta get to class,
I was like, okay,
kind of thing.
bells ring, students move. Oh wait, that's my line. Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
walking backward as they walk forward. Okay, I'll draft 3 proposals: one practical, one visionary, one chaotic neutral.
We didn't ask you to.
I'm open.
Is he on student council now? I don't know, but if he prints those flyers, we might accidentally raise money. He's like a golden retriever with a strategy degree. He doesn't have a strategy degree.
Not yet.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about what you learned about the characters and the situation, what's going on here.
I do want to say I feel like that was probably one of the longest scripts I've ever
It is long,
and,
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Like,
That's why I was
man.
like, okay, we'll make it a doc instead.
It was like, but also like just reading through it. I'm sorry, but like also like just have you seen Wonder Man on Disney Plus?
I have not.
So like he's like an actor in there, and I was like, oh man, I totally gotta try that. So like what he does is like he recorded like one set of lines, put it on like his computer, had it like talked like he would like read the scene that way, and like his recording would read one like line, and then like he'd like would react to it to like as the other person. I was like, oh, that's smart. I was like, I should. And then like with this three people, I was like, I should really try that with this script. So, yeah. But
yeah, that actually is that's something that sometimes they'll have you do is like record one character's lines when you go into the studio, right? And then like the next person could come in and react off of what you had already done.
I was like,
It's
I
kind
totally
of cool. Yeah.
have to try that. I was like, that's such a neat way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like those like TikTok duet things.
Yeah.
Where like one person records their part and then people can record with it and practice a scene. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
But yes, no, like from this, it's definitely it feels like a very high energy script. Like
For sure,
even
yeah.
like from the characters of like with Maya and Ethan is because they feel very like enthusiastic at the beginning, and then like Derek slides in, and even then where there's just like, oh my goodness, they never necessarily really like get angry at him because I feel like they're used to it, so they're just like playing along, and then like even then it feels like they're just like yeah, okay, granted it's like it feels like they're okay with him because like they have even like their minds like racing on like what is he going to say next.
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
to
and like
it.
they seem like they know him.
Yeah.
and they all go to school together. And they might be kind of confused, but they're also like, okay, like why not? We'll consider your
Yeah.
ideas.
So it's definitely like just very high octane. Feels very like loving too in a sense.
Yeah.
And like but also just like very casual, like him screaming in the middle of the hallway, like him acting like erotic, and like with the mood switching and like stuff like that, to where it's just like people in the hallway are like used to like them just like walking through and talking amongst themselves. So it definitely does feel high schooly, like you said. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it has that feeling to it too.
Sure.
So yeah, no, like it's definitely like a nice like I wouldn't say calm script at all, but like very like enthusiastic, happy, like oh like we're like high school, like we're all in this together type feel to it in a sense. So
Yeah. Um, I'm curious, what do you think? Like, why does he insert himself? What is it that, like, what happened right before Derek enters the scene? And, like, what's his motivation for entering the scene? What's his, like, relationship or feeling towards these other characters?
oh, so I definitely feel like he's known these characters for so because they even know he's in JV.
Yeah,
So
yeah, like they know
yeah,
each other, so it's, you know,
so
they've probably grown up together or they go to school
right.
together. Yeah.
Like, it definitely is a feeling of like, oh, we've gone to the same elementary school, the same middle school, and like now
Yeah.
we're in high school together. So it definitely feels like they all know each other, and like since like, because I don't remember if they said they were in the same classes or not, but I feel like their
But it feels
classes,
like, yeah,
yeah,
they could be in the same classes.
because
Yeah.
he's like walking backward in the hallway, and like they're walking forward. So like I even feel like their classes have to be close to each other. So like
Yeah,
maybe like
yeah.
every time he's in the hallway, he just wants to stop and talk to them because he's known them for so long. Like they might not
Yeah.
be the closest of friends, but he doesn't want to lose like that connection because he's known them
Right.
since
Yeah, like
forever.
maybe when they were younger, they were really close, and as they've gotten
Yeah,
older, they've sort of changed, and so they have different interests now. Um,
like
but, you know, he misses them and wants to stay
right.
close to them.
Like have you seen the movie Good Boys? It's like I
Yeah.
think like five.
Hmm.
So that's like this is what their friendship feels like at the end of that movie when like it like does like the camera panels and like you all see them in like their different groups even though they are like in elementary school. But it just feels like how they are now like they're kind of like in different groups, but they all recognize that they know each other and still have this connection and they all still talk to one another.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. So, what do you think is what is Derek's goal here? Like, what is the most essential thing to him in this scene? Like, what's important to him?
I feel like it's definitely just to have like a the word escapes me, but like to know that he helped or had like a helping hand in actually coming up with the theme
Sure.
of this like fundraiser idea. To know like oh like they might not have like necessarily asked me to help out, but I wanted to help out anyways. And so like his goal
Yeah.
is to like pitch them so many ideas where like at least one of them lands or like the idea is like a little branch off of his idea. So I feel like his goal is just to, like essentially help with this fundraiser idea that is going to like be booming. So like he
Yeah.
can
Why
just
do
be
you
like
think that's important to him?
I feel like that's just who he is. Like even like his mindset of like because like a lot of people like would take like on just on JV and I feel like a lot of people would like take her to that, but he's just like yeah that's where I want to be. So I just feel like his outlook is just very like positive in a sense of
Okay.
like he wants to he just wants to help and be a part of their lives. Like
Yeah.
I don't think he has like an
So is
alternate
it like
goal of that.
he wants to be needed? Like
In a sense,
he's
yeah,
trying to find ways to stay connected to them.
yeah. I would say that. I would
So
say
it's
that.
important for him to like keep their connection, keep their friendship. And he's like, yeah, like we're doing different things, but like we you know, we can still be a team. Like
Most
maybe
definite.
growing up they were like, you know, the three amigos and
Yeah.
he's like maybe they feel like he, you know, he's on JV now, like he doesn't have time for them kind of a thing. And then he's like, dude, like I'll always have time for you. You know?
Right. Most definite. Most definite. That's how it
Yeah.
feels like to me at least.
Like
Yeah.
trying to maintain that connection and be like,
Yeah.
I care about you guys, and I'm like trying to prove that I still have time for you and I still care and I want to be connected.
Because like he was even like willing essentially to put like his body on the line of like
Hmm.
who doesn't want to kick a ball at a random person or like at me like That's why people want to throw the baseball and the dunk and those dunk water
Yeah,
things,
the
just to
dunking
like
booths.
see,
Yeah.
just to see somebody fall in. So he's like, I'm definitely willing to
Yeah, and he's like,
be,
I'm young, I'm
yeah,
strong, I'll be fine. Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, cute. Okay, nice. All right. Cool. So, I'm curious. Do you have like a character inspiration or something that kind of makes you feel like you understand like who this character would be, or like descriptive words for who they are?
But definitely not right now. Like,
That's
oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, we can
I
figure it
don't.
out.
Because I feel like it would have to be like a comedic yet heart loving person. Which,
Hmm.
like, saying that makes me think of like Matthew Leonard playing Shaggy right now, or like him in
Okay.
Scooby Doo. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm. I could see that. Yeah, that it's like comedic, but like there's still the love there, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, like he's dealing with his dog, who's his best friend and stuff, like
yeah.
in his troop of best friends.
Because like,
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Okay, so I would love to go ahead and try that again, and just, kind of see how it flows. So let's have you be Derek again, and I'll be the other two characters, so you can just really flesh out that character. We just need something simple this year. Last year's haunted corn maze was a liability nightmare. Yeah, the goat situation alone.
I once outran a goat.
Hi, Derek.
It was aggressive. You can see it in their eyes. They don't blink. That's a striker mindset.
We're not talking about goats.
Everything is about goats if you zoom out.
We're planning the fundraiser.
Say less. I thrive under physical pressure.
You're not on student council.
Titles are a social construct. I'm more of a midfield consultant.
That's not a thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Undermined. In my own hallway. Incredible.
No one's undermining you.
Good, because I already made a logo.
For what?
For whatever we decide. It just says fundraiser, bold, aggressive, forward-leaning font. Like me, on a breakaway.
We haven't even picked a theme.
Theme is momentum. Life doesn't wait. You strike when the defense hesitates.
This is a bake sale.
Then we bake with urgency.
It's cookies, man.
Cookies win wars, Ethan.
No, they don't.
Tell that to morale.
Okay, what are you even doing here?
I sensed a planning meeting. My instincts are elite, predator level.
You play JV soccer.
That's a choice. Like, to study the field, observe patterns, wait, then insert myself.
Yes, we've noticed.
You know what's wild? No one ever passes to me unless I call for it.
That's how soccer works.
Exactly. So I call for it. I'm open!
Please stop yelling.
See? Now I have the ball. Metaphorically.
There is no ball.
There is always a ball.
Fine. What's your fundraiser idea?
Penalty kick booth.
With what goal?
Me!
You want people to pay to kick soccer balls at you.
For charity.
That's not safe.
Neither is love.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot lately.
About what?
Branding? Kick it for a cause. Derek will emotionally recover.
Absolutely not.
Okay, pivot. Silent disco bake sale.
That's two unrelated things.
Exactly. Disoriented the defense.
That's not.
Maya, when was the last time you surprised the world?
I filed the budget report 3 days early.
Ruthless. I respect it.
Ding!
I'll, I'll draft 3 proposals. One practical, one visionary, one chaotic neutral.
We didn't ask you to.
I'm open!
Is he on student council now? I don't know, but if he prints those flyers, we might accidentally raise money. He's like a golden retriever with a strategy degree. He doesn't have a strategy degree.
Not yet.
Nice. Okay, awesome. All right, so tell me a little bit about how you felt like that went, what you liked about it.
Um, just for like just like feeling the energy like through it. I was just like, oh man, I feel like Jack Black mixed with Jackie. Like I was just like, oh, this energy is like just like epic comedic energy and like just being
Yeah.
able to lean in it and like not I guess like overtly take his character like extremely serious, but like he's serious about wanting to help, but in like such a loving way. Like it's overly aggressive cuteness in a sense of like, oh my gosh, this guy is like really, really here to help.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Jack Black, has a lot of characters where he is like a little too try hard, but he really does care. If you think of
Yeah,
School of Rock or something, like where he's passionately trying his best.
most definite.
Yeah, so I could totally see that. Um, what was maybe one moment that landed a little bit differently for you with that take?
Where is it? It's is it the first one? No, it's the or like the every time he whispers, like for me at least, like it felt like the first time I whispered, I took it too seriously. To where like this one, it's like no, like even when he's like intensely whispering or like very
Yeah.
seriously whispering, like it's like it has the lightheartedness of like he's not serious because he's whispering in a sense. Like
Mm,
he's whispering one like on a comedic level, but like that's also just like who he is in a sense. Like that one felt like those lines just felt like like the then we bake with urgency. Like it's like it says like whisper intensely, but like to me that just feels like yes intense, but it's like very happy like intense I'm just here. I don't know, like just
yeah,
like with those lines, like not making it serious felt better, like making it like very lighthearted
for
and like
sure.
yeah. So definitely like those lines, I felt like very like comfortable and
Yeah.
nice with.
Well, and those are directional suggestions. Um, I would say when you're in the middle of it and you are responding off the other characters, like if it was just me and I don't have those other characters to repeat off of and play off of, um, I probably just try to follow the directional guidelines. But if I'm actually responding off of other characters, that I see as more important than those specific little suggestions,
Mm,
that it makes sense and flows well, and that you're balancing that back and forth, throwing that ball of energy amongst the characters. So
gotcha.
yeah, awesome, good. So I would love for you to go ahead and save this script, work on it this week, and I'd actually like you to play with all three characters. Try to create like distinctly different character types, like um, I don't know, like maybe Ethan's like got an eraser head vibe from like My Hero Academia, and then like the girl maybe is like a Rory from Gilmore Girls or something, or oh, like Paris, like how Paris is like intense and like
Yeah.
everything has to be perfect would be kind of a fun character to play with. So just like try to play with the different characters, and just try to kind of flesh out what you think those characters would be like and their personality, their voices, and try to create something distinct for each of them so that we can really hear the difference, but then also playing with the dynamic and so and those things like how you say like they have history, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how does that affect who they are now, right?
Gotcha.
And do they have like times where like where they're trying to be serious but then like they can't help but laugh, so finding the nuance and just the different dynamics there. I think this could be a good challenge, especially with the three characters, which is part of why I picked it. I was like, oh, I think this would kind of keep you on your toes a little bit rather than just having the two, to have the three characters interacting with each other.
Gotcha. I will do my best.
Yeah. Awesome work today. What was maybe the thing that you felt like you improved the most on today?
Definitely Jake, the two older brother scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, though that one definitely felt good. Just being able to like deep dive down in like their story more. Than being able to like find like their voices and like distinguish those two. Felt really really good with that. So like definitely those two, like just buttering, like smoothing out like their characters and then like smoothing out their voices and being able to like picture it more and see it more.
Yeah. Good. Awesome. What was something that you feel like was really fun or like satisfying today?
Oh, definitely had to be Derek's character.
Ah, nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just like that over aggressive like cuteness of like, bro, I can see like having this character in your life, like just having, I feel like you would need a Derek in your life, like
Aww,
even though he may be annoying sometimes, you're just like, oh yep, I needed that positive attitude around here. So
yeah, you're like, that energy is what I've been missing.
yeah, most definitely.
Beautiful. And then what would you say is going to be your main focus on what to be practicing and working on this week?
Definitely the three characters. I definitely want to try that thing I seen in like Wonder Man. So like being able to like find the character inspirations, dig deeper into their backgrounds, and then finding the distinctive voices. With for like Ethan, like I'm definitely getting like Han vibes from Fast and Furious. So like very chill and like he talks very like cool and slow, but then like he'll have like those moments to where like he's very sarcastic. So I don't know, like just definitely figuring out those characters was definite.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so a lot of really, really good work here today. I definitely feel like, I can hear the growth, the work you've been putting in. So excellent work there. And yeah, I think we just, keep trucking along, keep you challenged in new ways and building on what you've already developed. So really beautiful work today. And I know that the three characters having the three distinct different voices, and then like one of them's a female character, will be a little bit challenging, but I think, that's part of it. We got to keep pushing you a little bit farther. So really beautiful work today. If you want, as you're working, you can always feel free to like email me the track that you're working on. I'd love to hear it. Or you can just share it with me when we meet next too. Okay?
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Copy that.
Well, beautiful work today, MacArthur. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
You as well. You as well.
All right. Bye, MacArthur. Have a good one.